Good afternoon, Field Club membership. Welcome to another edition of At the Podium, Masters Edition. As you can see, I am at the Masters. I do know it was postponed until November, but I already had tickets. I figured I might as well make a trip of it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my special round 2 update from Augusta, Georgia. And here we go, North Omaha Division. Not many upsets this week. Adam Moore took out Steven Dietrich, the #1 overall seed, advances to the Final Four of his region. And our first Adam versus Adam matchup, Adam Johnson took down Adam Belts in a brutal match on Tuesday. He will advance to play Adam Moore. We've got an interesting matchup here. You've got another Adam versus Adam. As you can see, the last time these two individuals won an event, they were quite young. We've got a picture from back in the day, what they looked like when they were past champions. It's going to be a really good match. I don't quite know who's going to come out on top. AJ is going to be getting about 3-4 strokes. I know they are going to be playing together in the same group. I'm going to say the #1 overall seed goes down this week. I'm going to take AJ in that matchup. Moving right along, we've got Jordan Hausch took down Kurt Farmer, and Mr. Tettenborn took down the Funkhauser, so they're going to have Hausch versus Tettenborn. As you know, Hausch was my original pick to come out of that bracket. I'm going to take Hausch over Tettenborn and keep that pick as well, and just stay with what has worked in the past and have Hausch advancing into the North Omaha bracket. We're going to move down to the West O. Another huge upset, UMBC Part 2. Tyler Siegert, the 16 seed, took out Mr. Post. He's going to face Tom Drew. He took down Jeff Meyerink. You've got Tyler Siegert, the 16 seed, taking on Tom Drew, the 5 seed. Siegert playing well. He's got a big driver. I like him there. I'm going to take the Cinderella Sweet 16 advance in that matchup. In the bottom half of the bracket, you had Joe Pepdown taking out Sam Beadle, newbie to the bracket. And then the 15 seed, Ben Bertolini, taking down the 7 seed, Jay Sink. 15 seed and a 16 seed still alive. I love the 15 seed to advance as well. And I'm going to take Bertolini to sneak into the finals of that West O bracket, a 15 seed. Haven't seen it ever in the Field of 64 history. We're going to go to the South Omaha bracket now. I mentioned it, Foley versus Stormberg was going to be a big matchup. We did a couple pre-round interviews. You could tell Foley was rattled. He was struggled on the front 9, made just a great comeback, got down to 1 down going into 18, came in some tree trouble, but my original pick to advance to the bracket, Taylor Stormbrook, did advance. He's going to go against the young gun, Connor Steichen. Steichen took out JT Cronin with ease, and this young cat, he's looking to go places, but I have Stormberg advancing once again because he was my pick to win the South Omaha region. Brian Lukowski took down Joe Daly. Brian Lukowski shot, I believe, a net 59 or 60. It has been posted. Best round of the tournament so far. He'll face Tom White in a little bit of a redemption match. Tom White took out Chad Millard in the second round after Chad took his wife Barb down in the first round. Lukowski versus Tom, I also think they're going to be playing together this week. I'm going to go with the hot-handed Lukowski. In net 60, it's going to be tough to back that up, but he's obviously playing well. Handicap probably a little too inflated. We'll look into that with the golf committee. So like I said, I'm going to take Stormberg in the South Omaha bracket. That's going to put us into the Council Bluffs bracket. Make sure you have the doors locked when you're driving through this region. It is tough. Overall 1 seed in the bracket, Pat Dietrich advancing over Harry Hoke. He's going to face JJ Standard, who took down Mike Latka. So you've got Standard, a 13 seed, versus the 1 seed Pat Dietrich. I like Pat Dietrich, the 1 seed in this matchup. He's got a little bit higher handicap. He's a grinder, always plays well in competition. Moving to the second half of the region there, my dark horse 11 seed Doug Peters took down match play champion John Gudenrath by just a couple strokes. He's going to face Nate Egger, who took out Rick Holmes. Doug Peters, Egger, both higher handicaps, both grinders. I've already picked Peters from day one. I'm going to stick with Doug Peters versus Pat Dietrich in the semis of that, and then to go on and win the Council Bluffs regions. Just a reminder, you have until April 19th to get your match in. We're going to go ahead and move on to the second chance bracket now. There are 3 other brackets that are alive after 2 rounds. In your second chance bracket, those are the 32 losers from round 1. You got your Gondo matchup there. EJ came out on top beating her dad. You've got a Bai Dugan friend matchup as well. That's looking really good. And then going around to the other half of the bracket, Bennick bounced back after getting crushed by Connor Steichen. He's going to play Jim Schaefer. And then Betsy Ronspies once again bounced back. She's going to face Mr. Doberman in the second round. And then Matt McVeigh versus Logan McNeil. A couple really good matchups. Everybody's still alive. Remember, win or lose, you're put into a new bracket. We've got 2 additional brackets for the groups that lost. So we're now down to 4 brackets of 16 players. Remember, you get to play once a week, regardless if you win or lose. We had a few people that couldn't make it out this week, so we just want to make sure we get everybody playing. After next week, we're going to have 8 8-player brackets. So you have until Sunday, April 19th to play this week. I mean, we will put the results up Sunday afternoon once we have everything. We'll come back to you next Monday or Tuesday for our breakdown into the Elite 8 of each bracket. We hope everybody's having a great week. We've got some great weather next week. I've got some exciting news coming this weekend about a new event that's going to be coming out, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, we will see you next week. Thank you, Field Club membership.